coast, which is Black Hills, and inside Black Hills is one of the most famous sites that you have to come and see in America, or it's at least on our list anyway, which is so we need to make sure that Jez drives safely for this section of the road, because we're now in Keystone, so we don't want the Keystone cops after us.
Proper old gold rush town, isn't it?
So I said earlier we were off to see somewhere that we felt was really important we came to, and this is where we are. Pop quiz. Can you name them?
No. Roosevelt,
Washington.
Lincoln, Jefferson.
Jefferson.
Oh.
Hoover. Hoover gets a dam.
He does. And vacuum cleaner as well.
Seen one mountain carved. We thought we'd come and see the second one.
It's behind you.
And that is Crazy Horse. You can see his face and just about make out his fingers pointing out. The horse hasn't been carved out yet. I reckon it'll be done in about 100 years. What we've also discovered whilst here, look at this gorgeous weather and snow. We've got a lot of snow, surprisingly quite a lot of snow.
We might be using snow chains sooner than we think at this rate.
So maybe we need to move on and get to Yellowstone before Yogi hibernates completely. So after a night wild camping in the reservoir, the TOA Reservoir I think, which was actually okay even though it was a little bit windy, but pretty much nice and calm. We're now on our way to our next sightseeing spot, and if Jez's expression on his face is anything to go by, he's very excited. And you may be surprised to know it's not actually a brewery, although actually to be fair we are staying in a brewery tonight again. But all I've had to put up with on the way to this next spot is this music.
Getting excited now.
Those of you who don't recognise it, we're off to pretend we're in a western.
Pretend we are going to a western. Got my chaps packed. Got my stirrups shined.
And I might see if we can get Jez on a horse. That'd be quite interesting.
Well, we're in Deadwood, home of the gold rush in South Dakota. They do have some rules in here. You've got to be over 16 to enter the brothel. It really does look like a western movie set. Just need somebody to ride up with the horse and put the reins over one of the bars.
So my feet are currently stood on the geographic centre of the United States of America. we've travelled all the way from here-ish, all the way up to here, all the way around here, and then across there, and across there. And we've got all of that to go till we get to the other side.
Well,
And then we're going all the way across here, and all the way down here, and then all the way up here, and then we're going into that big expanse of grey that clearly doesn't exist if you're in America, but somewhere around here. Is that right?
looks about right to me. So we've come to Devil's Mound, or Devil's Mountain in Wyoming, and I think the view speaks for itself. Nothing else around. Apart from a weird looking granite mound lump, and for those of you who like science fiction, this is where the Mash Mountain was thought of from Close Encounters of the Third Kind. So this is called the Red Bed Loop that we're on. The loop, and shows the bright red beds, riverbeds. Like we're in proper cowboy country now. Might start playing the Bonanza theme tune again.
Oh, that's an impressive view.
So there's three options according to the experts on how the tower formed. First of all, the rock was forced up through the magma. The other one is the remnant of mushroom-shaped indigenous intrusion, or the third option was it was a volcanic plug. I prefer the fourth option, which is aliens. Because really there's no other reason why. It's not like these things are common. So there's only one around here, so it must be aliens. What do you think, Sarah?
Well, there's only one of you. Does that mean you're an alien?
Well, they walk amongst us.
They definitely do.
Thank you to the lady in the service station, in the gas station where I've stopped, who spent ages with us describing this route, and I'm so glad we did stop there now, because it is lovely. Message on this hill just coming up. Here's what it says. Oh, arrows. Ah, no. World's largest mineral hot spring. Very tempting. Fancy wash. Hills behind the mound, just coming into view now, are the stunning painted hills.
Well, we've just driven through Deadwood, which is not in France. It's on the road to Yellowstone, and the traffic matrix sign that you get all sorts of random messages on at home, the one here says do not approach bears in the road, stay in vehicle. Personally, I don't think I would have approached a bear, but maybe there are people that do. But that means we're now on the lookout for bears. Have you seen any yet?
No, see love.
Well, about 50 miles more until we find our campsite, hopefully. Which will be in bear country. So see if we can find any bears on the way. It is prime bear time. Sun setting. The river's to our left. I'm sure the salmon are jumping. I have no idea. Well, first stunning view of the morning. Unexpectedly, coming around the bend. Massive oxbow lake. Really still. Cloud inversion behind it, and then the mountains. Again, as we enter the Granted National Park, on our way to the Yellowstone National Park. Now we've been a bit worried about this because people keep saying it's closing, a lot of the campsites are shut, so we're not really sure where we're going to stay tonight, but we didn't really understand why it was closing. Well, so maybe there's a reason why everything's closing. We'll see.
But it is an adventure though. That's what we're here for. Might need to buy a stone shovel.